Hello and welcome. We have special guest Kaden Kleinhans with us today to give him a warm welcome as he explains the problems he has had to overcome with diabetes. So we have you in here to talk about your diabetes and how you manage it. So to begin, when did you find out about your condition?
In July, end of July.
Nice.
Alright, what was your first initial feeling after hearing the diagnosis?
Oh crap.
Is that it?
Except it was the other word, but
This is a
crap.
trap program, alright?
That's why I said crap.
Please keep it clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just keep me clean.
Jett.
Alright, look at me. Would you mind explaining the genetics of type 1 diabetes, or what's the source of your problem?
Well, my immune system attacked my pancreas,
Nice.
and it's like, ha ha ha, you're dead. But, yeah, so I can't make any insulin anymore.
So you don't have insulin.
Dude,
Dude, that's such a bummer. If I didn't have any insulin, I'd have diabetes.
true.
Obviously, because of your condition, your glucose levels rise quicker than they normally should.
Mm-hmm.
How do you monitor those levels?
I have to prick my finger and test my blood, or I stick this thing in my stomach and it
Would you
doesn't
like to
hurt.
show the camera that?
I don't have it in right now.
Oh,
No, you
wow.
don't. Why not?
You really came to this prepared.
Why don't you have it in?
Because I didn't put it in this morning.
Prick your finger.
So don't you have to change like every week? That little thing or something. Alright, interesting.
You should prick your finger.
I don't know.
So when you first came to school, you had to prick yourself and measure
How
with
are
that
you
handheld. But then you were soon upgraded to that thing you have in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've also heard about insulin pumps, and why don't you have one of those?
Because I have to wait 6 months after diagnosis to get one of those.
Why?
Because I have to be able to do the pen thing in my sleep. So if the pump thing fails, I gotta know how to do the pen thing.
Why do you have to prick your finger first? Why is that like the first thing you have to do?
Because then, if I'm feeling crappy,
So if nothing is working, you know how to prick your finger.
Child.
yes,
Alright, interesting.
Alright, look at me. What happens when your levels are too high?
then I have to take some insulin or just wait it out.
What happens?
How long? Okay, so what's considered high?
350 and above.
How long would it take you to get down to normal levels from 350?
A long time.
Are you on your own
Do you know my friend Anna
No.
Garcia?
Stop. Okay, so I'd assume you'd have to adjust your diet. So what if you had to change in your diet?
Can't drink pop.
What do you do?
I drink Diet Pop.
That's worse for you. Aspartame is terrible for you.
I know. Getting me cancer. Anyways,
It's not diabetes.
exactly. Anyways, no pop. No like frappuccinos, or if I wanted to drink a coffee drink.
So basically no sugars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
like
drinks.
Like drinks. But
Natural sugars are fine.
what about like natural
So-
sugars? Like can you explain on what natural sugars
Like-
are?
If you poured a bunch of sugar in a pop, like pops are, that's just like straight sugar and liquid. But when you have like a solid in it and other substances like proteins and stuff, it digests it slower, so it goes in.
So you're telling
That's
me that you can eat natural sugars, that's fine. So you're telling me you could go out into the wild, just eat some straight sugarcane plant?
Dude, that's not how it works.
That's natural sugar.
Sugarcane plant
Next
is-
question.
Alright, no. I'm gonna go off script for a second. Just ask you a question. I heard that you ate 5 pieces of cake. How are you still alive?
Yeah,
I just had to take a lot of insulin for that one. That was fun. That
Was
was
it worth it? Was it
So
worth it?
so
Okay.
how often do you have to take insulin?
Yeah.
After every meal.
After every meal?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
I have to
Does it depend on how much you eat?
I have to add up the total carbohydrates, and then divide it by 30.
Are you next?
Why 30?
No, you are.
I don't know. That's what my dietitian just
No,
told
it
me.
is you.
Oh, you have a dietitian. Very interesting.
Well,
No,
that
JD
leads us
just
to
asked.
our next question.
Okay,
There you
wait,
go, JD.
wait.
JD just asked
Jett,
that.
you have that question.
It's Will's. It's Will's.
No, it's, what type of foods or drinks are off limits?
Actually, that's
like
my
you can't have?
actually that's my question. I'd like to ask, what kind of foods and drinks do you not have or off limit?
Like not have ever is pop. Unless I'm really low, apple juice. Apple juice is basically the same thing as pop.
It
It's
is
full of
very
sugar.
sugary.
And orange juice, pretty sugary. A lot of drinks.
I thought orange juice was like good for you if you have diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what I heard from Anna Garcia.
Yeah.
Well, now we know why she's dead.
Yeah, I guess so.
Dun dun!
Alright. So, if the viewers at home or in Mr. Seburn's room might not know, but you played football this year,
Mhm.
hey everyone. Did you have to adjust your exercise levels? Did
Yes.
you? Yeah, okay.
So do you have to exercise more or less?
Yeah.
No, I took less insulin because the more blood sugar I have in my blood, the
When you
more sugar I
exercise,
have in
it
my
works
blood,
it off.
It works it off. But if I'm over 300, the blood sugar keeps rising because
Why is that?
your liver dumps out a bunch of sugar and thinks you're going to be low because you're exercising. But if you're above 300, you don't have enough insulin to let it into your muscles, so it just keeps over pumping sugar into your body.
So your first couple days of practice are probably pretty rough as you're trying to figure out what that.
And I couldn't practice that first day.
So
Yeah.
what's it like when your levels are too high? Like, what do you feel like?
Very weak and tired.
Too high.
Have you ever like
Yeah.
passed
Would
out
you
from
feel like?
this?
Would you feel like super exhilarated or something like that?
No, it's because
What a
when you're too high, insulin like opens the doors of your muscles so sugar can go in. If you don't have any insulin, your muscles aren't getting any, so they eat themselves.
Ooh.
Muscles eat themselves. And
Ouch.
yeah,
What about when it's
So
too
you-
low? What's that feel like?
when it's too low, I get like really shaking, like holy cow, I'm hungry. And then
you can just eat. Is it common to see diabetics keeping track of what they eat, such as Anna Garcia? Do you have to keep track?
yes,
Do you have to have like a diary?
Yeah.
no, not a diary. I just have to keep like. So today at lunch I ate the hamburger and the milk and the potato. So like the bun, like the hamburger bun is 30, potatoes are 30,
30
and then
what?
carbs.
Carbs.
So that's 60, and then the milk is 15.
Where do you?
So it'd be 75 divided by 30.
Where
and
do you
that'll
see,
fit.
where do you see the nutritional facts?
I have to look them up if it's like a bun, but if it's on like the milk cartons, have them all. Anyway,
So,
yeah, I have to like if
Gas
it's a
kind
bun, like they have like the nice fancy like rising buns, you know. I have to like shave some off.
Kind of like that pizza, the
Pizza or like-
rising dough.
That's good.
I don't like that.
all right. So
Okay. I'm gonna say some biomedical professionals that specialize in helping with diabetes. So if you hear one that
I know.
helps you, you
Alright.
know, say stop. Nutritionist or dietitian.
Yeah.
What do they do for you?
They tell me that I need to not drink pop and sugary
Do you have
drinks.
to take like blood tests?
And
at
they're the
end of
ones,
every
yeah,
month or
and they're the
something?
ones who tell me what I divide the total carbs by.
Do they like take
Cures.
blood tests at the end of every
Yeah.
month or something like that?
Yeah.
What do
And then
they do?
that's my A1C, like wherever your average blood range after a whole year in the different months is your A1C.
Interesting. Endocrin. How do you say that? Endocrinologist,
I have no clue what that is.
perfect.
primary care physician.
Probably
That's like
What are they? How many doctors do you have?
a lot.
What does
So-
he do?
He is the one who diagnosed me with it, and he's the one who let me out of the hospital. So he's like the guy that oversees everything. But then the nurses really do all the work.
What do they do?
Like my dietitian nurse and my diabetic nurse and my A1C nurse, all the nurses, they do all the tests and stuff.
What tests? What are the tests?
Blood tests. They taught me like how to do the dividing and stuff.
Alright, next question.
So
Okay,
you
question.
gullible.
So how many doctors do you have total?
6 probably.
Six.
And doctors and nurses. 6 doctors and nurses.
Okay.
Alright, I have a few questions for you that are not on the script. So have you ever passed out before?
Almost.
Almost.
When? What was that?
That was on the way. That was in the Black Hills, and I got a large Sprite from McDonald's, and I downed
Was
the
this
whole thing
before you knew
before I got
about?
diagnosed,
Okay.
and I downed the whole thing, and I was like, whoa.
Is this what led
was-
you to being diagnosed?
Yeah.
All right.
Like
Then-
Sprite gives
'cause
you
I was
diabetes.
I was getting up every single night
Coming at you, Ryan.
about 10 times to go pee, and to get a drink, because my mouth would get all dry.
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and
And a
because
girl.
like when you drink, the water is your body thinks the water like undry everything, like get it well
Yeah.
wet and
What the old whistle?
and like thin out the sugar in your blood with the water.
Diluted.
Yeah, and then but it just came all out, so
So you weren't dehydrated.
I was very dehydrated.
Okay, so is that your only previous
Look
experience
at me.
before diabetes? With diabetes before you were diagnosed?
Well, I also got really low, so like sometimes in class, like last year in class, oh, that's terrible. I was
Oh
like,
yeah. How? Do they know when you first got it?
no, it was probably a year or 2 ago though. They said so. Sweaty and shaky.
Sweaty.
That's probably why you stunk last
When you're
year.
low?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last question for me at least. What would you say that type 1 is better than type 2 diabetes?
Yes.
Like way more manageable?
Yes.
Type 1?
Yeah.
When you were first diagnosed, how long were you in the hospital?
2.5 days.
Was it a nice hospital?
It wasn't a nice.
Hot nurses?
How long did it take
They
for
did
them
have
to,
hot nurses though.
How long did it
Heard it
take
here
for you
first.
to How long did it take for them to diagnose you?
I went in to the Alcester Clinic after my physical, and they tested me, and they sent the test down to Yankton. Then at like 11 o'clock that night, we had to go over to the Hayward ER,
Oh man.
and they had to
that
test me,
place
and they're like,
sucks.
"Yep, you got diabetes."
You probably got
So
gained.
get out of here. Any other questions?
Yeah.
That relate to diabetes?
Obviously. What else would we talk about?
So
Can you overdose on insulin? Have you ever got?
Yeah, what happens
Yes.
if you overdose? What happens
Yeah.
if
Then
you
I get
overdose?
real low. Like I got to 50 something once.
So
Oh,
you
so
have
then
like-
you get shaky.
Eat
and
some
stuff.
sugar.
Yeah.
So
So
just
then,
eat some
don't you
sugar.
have like those little sugar packets that you?
Yeah, I have like medical sugar, which if you ate it,
Medical
you'd probably
sugar.
go to like 600 probably.
Oh, I
if a
wanna eat
normal
some.
person ate it, like a tablet of it.
Can I eat some?
But if you
Halfway.
overdose,
He
you have
wakes
the
up-
do you have to inject the medical sugar or?
No, I
How
just
does it
pop
work?
it in my mouth. Oh, I do have. So
Pop
in my
bottles
Pop
ice.
in my diabetes bag, I got this.
Diabetes bag.
I got these tablets that are like moderate. I got this toothpaste that I open up and just right in my mouth like that. That would get me to probably 800 if I was a normal person. And then I have
So what?
this
consi-
huge
Considering
needle,
you're diabetic, what levels would you get to if you like ate it?
probably 300 if I was that low.
So
If I was that low, because if I took that much more insulin than I needed, and then if I pass out low, then I have this big old needle you can just stab my thigh and
Oh, yeah,
inject
we
all
discussed
that.
that in math class.
I wanna hear about
Okay,
you.
so any last questions?
Oh God, I had one.
It was nice seeing you today. Thanks.
No!
For coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kleinhans, you know a lot about diabetes.
The interview is over.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
stop when I say it's over.
The interview
Now
is
it's over because the phone fell.
A high C pouch and that
Yeah.
takes you back.
Just eat it.
Eat it.
Eat the whole pouch.
Alright.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so is it common, look at me, is it common to see we're talking about diabetes and not cancer?
Those
Can you say milk again?
milk. It's not milk, it's milk.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Like looking it up on the internet, they would have a good food, not our food.
Not just a good food, but a good food. Thank you for calling customer service.
Why you have to call me Dot Indian?
They're better than Miss Hamus at it.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, shade.
Okay. Next question.
I have a question on my own. What is that? Got him. It came all out. Does it bother you when I call you diabeto?
No.
Okay, good.
I would still call you that even if you can.
Why?
If you get type 2 diabetes, it's your fault. Make better choices.
Exactly. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that
Oh,
person.
we had this argument on Thursday.
Don't eat at McDonald's.
Alright, let's start this debate right
You don't want to
No,
be that person.
I would much rather
He
have it
just
be
took
my
over the
fault.
camera.
You don't want to have. You don't want to be that person who has type 2.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay, so why would you say type 1 is better than type 2?
Because no one wants to be that person that lived so
Gave
crappy.
themselves
That
diabetes.
lived so crappy that they got type 2 diabetes.
So is there like a secret like underground war between the type 1 and the type 2?
I'd be fighting in that if I was.
Okay.
How long
That
were
was
you?
Would
How?
have to
Okay.
take- Would you have
what-
to take insulin every half an hour?
Were you?
You could have just came and stayed at my place because I live like a block and a half away from there.
No,
I'm
you
sure
don't.
I could have
All
just
right.
stayed there.
Pauline
Alright.
would have gave you hugs.
Any
and
other
you
question?
eat
Would be type 2.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
you eat it and you get type 2 diabetes.
It's transferable.
Should we,
Um,
should we put Kleinhans on my diet of sugar to see how he goes?
Yeah, like
a
a-
pop a day.
You would
Yeah.
die.
Huge.
A pop. I wish I only drink a pop.
You would actually die if you went on Will's diet.
Don't have
So-
diabetes, but
So if I whipped out a noodle, you wouldn't be scared.
No matter how big it was or where it had to go.
where I had to go maybe,
In your
like,
eyeball.
Yeah.
or like somewhere else, but yeah,
If that's what's
In your Peter Whacker.
exactly.
No, we're gonna have a lot of cutting down to do.
What are you talking
Just
about?
put
I
in
can
some
stay in.
bleeps.
I can stay in.
No.
No bleeps.
No,
no
but
facts.
Mr. Seaver doesn't want to hear about Kane's Peter Wax.
Why not?
Dude,